All right, team, welcome to this training. In this, I'm going to help you understand where to find everything relating to the back office and stuff for your business. Now, I know that they're going to go over this with you in the fast start, but I also kind of just want to show you my personal side of things behind the scenes because this is really what helps me understand where everything was at. Okay. So the first thing is going to be where you can log in to LegalShield.com. And this, when you go to accounts.legalshield.com, this is where it's going to bring you up to that back office. If you don't have the same view that I do, go ahead and click in the your little icon in the upper right hand corner, and then go to account and then overview. And that's going to bring you to this page right here. Okay. So as you can see, this right here underneath of this basic, this is not your ID number. This is your Legal Shield member number, which is different than your ID number. If you ever need to go in and you need help, resources, anything like that, all of that is going to be available underneath of this section right here. Okay. So that's where you're going to go. Now, if you need to talk to your lawyer, if you want to access member perks, which the member perks, if you guys didn't know this, you get a crazy ton of discounts on a lot of different big brands. So make sure that you go ahead and utilize that. That's free money. So that's underneath of the member perks side of things. And then if you click on associate agreement right here, this is where it's going to take you to your actual associate page, where this is kind of like the back office. Hi, sweetheart. I do want to go on a walk. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay. So this is where you access your back office. And then this up here is where your ID number is going to be listed. This is also on LSEngage.com, but it's right here in your back office as well. So underneath of the left-hand side, you can kind of click around and explore these different ones. You can see that this is, 1 second. Jack, it does fit. You can go on out, honey. So you can see right here, here's Engage by Legal Shield. We have our Fast Start training. If you are a husband and wife, it's a little bit different here. You do not sign up your spouse underneath. You have to submit an application. And then there's the document upload section. That's right here. Okay. So that's a little bit of the back office. Please keep in mind that you should also download the Prospect by Legal Shield app, Legal Shield, and then the ID Shield app. I don't know where mine is, it's missing. And then you need LSEngage, and I saved this to my home screen, okay? So this is just a really kind of cool, quick and dirty tour of the back office, and you can go ahead and explore, but I don't want you to get too lost in the reports right now. I just want to give you the basic overview, and we can dive into specifics later on. Now, the next place that I want you to be able to access is go to LSEngage.com. This is going to be where one of the very, very first things that I want you to do is navigate down here to this portion right here, because this is where you're going to do your Fast Start registration. This is also where you're going to go ahead and click on the placement utility tool. One of the first things I want you to do is go in here and switch that to manual. That's very, very important because of how we are strategically structuring our team. This is going to allow us to stack the placement. And this is where we are able to bring in that built paycheck effect into our team. It is a specific team structuring strategy, which means that's why anyone who gets placed after gets placed under, and it stacks out like this. It's the most effective. It's going to help your newest people. So that's the strategy that we use. And in order to do that, you're going to go into the placement utility tool. You'll also be able to see, this is where you can access, some more of that stuff is right here. In addition to, technical support ticket, marketing site preferences. That's going to be the link that you're going to click on if you need to change your site. So for example, mine is sarah.legalshieldassociate.com. You can submit like a business name if you want to, or you can, talk to Legal Shield about changing that. Now, if you ever have questions and you need to get a hold of somebody, right here, this in the lower right-hand corner, that is the best place to do it. That right there is the best place to do it. That is the chat. They're super helpful Monday through Friday. They're very, very, very fast. Okay. That's where you're going to do that. So this is also where you're going to see kind of like your dashboard, all the things. You can see here like personal activity tracker. I have a 3-month streak. I have a lot of those, don't I? So you can see all of this jazz right down here. When you have I do. When you have a new member come in, it's going to show those as processing right here. So the next place I want you to navigate to is here up on the top. And you can go into resources. All right, so the resources tab, this is where you're going to find some of these other information. Let me tell you, you do not need to know any of this to go out and make your first $1,000. So I want you to know where it's at, but I want you to be focused on the activations and the activities and not just on the intaking of knowledge, okay? Because knowledge without application it's absolutely useless, okay? So, and now I'm not saying that you shouldn't dive in, and because belief builds confidence and confidence builds sales. And the more you believe in something and the more knowledge you have, you're able to confidently sell that. But I don't want you to get so hung up in the learning stage that you never actually get to the execution stage. But this is where a lot of the resources are going to live. Okay. So if we're talking about full service training, business group, small business, additional resources, you can find all of that in here. Whatever tickles your fancy, you can find that. Okay. The other thing that you're going to find is there is an associate's guide to success. For those of you who like to print stuff off and have things like handy until we have our own like branded team version, this is a really, really good one to print off, as well as the game plan interview. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this. If we have any Emerald personalities in here, okay, they're going to do very well with these two documents. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of those. Those are in LSEngage.com. All right. So that's a little bit of a crash course into the back office, as well as just kind of navigating around LSEngage.com. And again, the other place you're going to want to go to when we're in there, if I go back here, the other place that you're going to want to learn how to access is my team, because this is where I'm going to show you how to go down and figure out where to stack people. So that's in the team view. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. But other than that, those are some of the very, very basic places that you need to be able to utilize and find when you're kind of getting in here and you're getting Yes, I'm ready. All right, I'm going to go on a walk when you're getting in here and you're getting set up with your business. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next training video.
Bye.